Good evening, Craig. First one on. Hi, Leela. I thought you were shopping. Evening, Bob. Hi, Barry. Glenn. Hi, Joan. Raquel. Sue Stevens. Terry and Paul. Raymond. How are we all doing? It's a bit weird this, and it's 7 o'clock. Dear, oh dear. Hi, Simon. Sean's Adventures. Hi, Keith. Let you all get in, yeah. I mean, I've been doing 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock, but 7 o'clock now. Hi, Devota. Steve Mumford. Rachel. Good evening. So, yeah, we're having an early one. Going to bring somebody on in a few minutes. So, yeah, we're a bit earlier tonight. Hi, Beverly. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Hi, John. Hi, Marie. Let you do all your good evenings, everything. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Sean. AJ, Kingfisher, good evening. Is it because the clock's changed? Hi, Tracy. Nope. Because the person that's coming on needs to come on earlier, so I changed. Hi, Gary. Oh, that went flying by a bit quick. Lusty. I did see that, Keith. Sorry to hear that. Hi, Kirsty and Michael. Very welcome, Beverly, and we enjoy it too. Good evening, Carl. So let's have a look. So, what we got? There's 50 of you on here. So, right, let's have a think then. What are we going to talk about? Right, last weekend was interesting. As you saw on the live streams, we went out with Sci-Fines. We went to London, down to Limehouse, and absolutely brilliant day. What such a nice bloke. Glenn's a man crush. Is seriously improving on what it was before. But it was fun. We had a really good laugh, and that's what it's all about. But while we was there, the weather in the morning, first thing, was really bad, and unfortunately my GoPro finally died. It took its last soaking. I've been using another action camera, but considering it's watertight, it keeps steaming up. So tomorrow the new GoPro 11 arrives, so we'll be giving that a trial run on Sunday. So the other one's done well. I mean, I've had it 4 years. It's been dropped, abused, rained on, soaked. So I think it's had its day. So we've gone a bit more modern, to be honest with you. Let's have a look if I missed anyone. I can't remember who I've said hello to now. Lynn, if I've said it to you. Spicy, yeah, definitely a new one. Darren, good evening. Try and catch up with the comments now, just in case I missed anyone. But East Yorkshire Dippers, good evening. But yes, so Sunday it was fun. We had a laugh, like I say. Nice to get back to London. Not a nice drive for Rusty with his 7-hour trip all round, but you know, that's what it's all about, getting out and having fun with friends. Now this weekend's going to be slightly different because me and Aaron are going one way, the rest of them are going another way. So me and Aaron will be out on our own this week, and need a nursey. You don't need one of them, only if it's a redhead, that's it. So I think they're going Midlands area, I'm going a bit further down, so we're just going to try something out. Me and Aaron have got a place we want to try, and we've invited somebody along that's really done us a lot of favours in the past, so we're going to meet them because it's quite local to us. Hi, Tin Man. So yes, they've got a week off from me. So it was a great day, exactly, yes. Scrapman, absolutely brilliant. For all these people that say they can't get a Scrapman in London, well, that's not true, because we didn't have a problem. He actually came on the Sunday, so all the rubbish was removed on Sunday. Everything's gone. So I've heard it many times, you can't get Scrapmen in London. Well, believe me, you can. He's a very good one. He's on Dippers and Scrappers. Nicola has pushed him and put all his details on there. And I did notice that somebody put another post up saying they will collect anywhere in London. So if you are going to head that way, please check Dippers and Scrappers, because there is definitely Scrapman that will collect it. So no one needs to hear that excuse. No one will collect it now, because believe me, they will. Hi, Corey. Oh, yeah. Hi, Julia. Place to get an Evo magnet is onlinemagnets.com. Yes, head over to that and you will see. Good evening, Ricky. That's it. It's just come along to pick on Steve, I see. But yeah, so fun week. Lots planned. We've got other things going on. Don't forget the toy drive. It's going to run to about the middle of December. So everybody, if you are thinking of sending something, or at the end of the month when you get paid, it's still going. It's going to go to mid-December. If you head over to any of our groups, you will find it pinned at the page. Steve is getting a nice collection of stuff now to go, but you know, the more we get, the better. So you know, if you can spare a couple of quid, get on there, have a look on the Amazon wish list, and you know, let's make kids' Christmases a little bit better. Hi, Julie. Plenty good. Hello from Spain. Oh, good evening. It's warmer there than it is here. Hi, Jen. Hi, Judy. Hi, Dan. Trying to get to the bottom here. Meeting Rag and Bone Dippers. So still people going out, because I do know this time of the year a lot of people sort of go into hibernation and they appear when the weather gets warmer. Well, obviously not us. We just go out because it's what you do, isn't it? It doesn't really matter what the weather's going to be like. I mean, you get wet anyway, so you might as well get cold as well. Last week was a bit different, obviously, because the clock's changing. So it looks like we'll be going in the dark and coming home in the dark. It's gone back to that time of the year again. Oh yes, the scaffolders in Oxford, if you're watching, it's all on there, it's all on the video. You will see that you've been dropping your rubbish in there. Hi, Ian. But it just shows you that it still happens. It's just easier for them to get a disc cutter, cut and drop. It's not the right way of doing it, but it just shows you while it's there, you could actually see exactly where it's come from. You're in Scotland tomorrow. Oh, blimey. You're moving around a bit. Everybody seems to be moving around. Freezing went down. So who's put the heating on? I haven't. Because I don't think it's cold enough yet, to be honest with you. And I'll give them all blankets to wrap around themselves while they're sitting there. But yeah, it's definitely getting to that stage now where the heating's going to end up going on. So time for the bills to rise. Either that or go out magnet fishing, because you keep moving around, it will soon warm you up. I saw my comments frozen. Right, okay. You put the heating on. I haven't yet. You see, because I'm always working. I've got a lovely heater in the van, so I don't need to put the heating on. Gary's been building the base for my shed. You keep him busy, don't you, Tracy? No rest for him whatsoever. Just put ours on for the first time. I suppose you should really try mine, because it ain't been on for that long, so I should really try it, because it might get really cold and it won't work. No eating on here. 10 jumpers. Oh, but you should try some of them heated throws, you know, because they're really low consumption on electric. 1p an hour to keep warm. You can get the whole family on the settee like the Simpsons and just put the heated throw on you. I mean, it's cheaper than warming the whole house, isn't it? I haven't had mine on for 6 weeks. God, didn't have it on 6 weeks ago. Rusty puts vapor rub on your Rolex. Well, when it's cold, sit around a candle. See, look, all these ideas of keeping warm, sit around a candle. But the weekend, it's going to be a bit chillier, but I've noticed next week we're going to be 16, 17 degrees. So that's why I don't think you want to waste your heating at the moment, because you'll warm up next Thursday. You might as well wait till then. Got a new boiler, ain't don't know how to use it. What you mean is Glenn won't let you learn how to use it, Marie. Come on, be fair. Got the PC on, warm the room up, add our heater on because it's too cold. See, some people are giving in. I'm not. Terry, Glenn won't let her learn how to use the boiler because she'll put the heating on, because Marie's always cold. We can go out on a sunny day and she wears 2 coats. Glenn, the old boiler. So, right, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring our guest on now. Let's bring our guest on, and then you won't have to listen to me anymore. Right, here we go then.
Hello,
Good evening,
mate.
Lee.
How you going?
How you doing? Right, I'm sure a few of you might recognise this man. I think it's just the hair, because he's got to be the only person with hair like that in magnet fishing.
Well, come on, mate. Come on, the hair.
It's your signature piece, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess everyone in the UK, they have short hair. I don't know what happened
It's because we're going bald.
over there.
We're going bald, you see, so we have to keep it short because the weight will pull it out.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's a preventative measure, I get it.
Yeah, and I've got a few years on you as well, so yeah, I'll keep it short there. But how are you then?
Looks good, mate.
Oh,
Good.
we lost you then.
Hang on, let me turn a couple of these windows off. Maybe I'm chewing up too much internet here. I'll just close a few windows down, because I've got probably too much things going on in the internet.
Right, okay.
Okay, I'm back now.
You're back.
Sorry, everyone.
Right, okay, I've just seen a comment. I was just watching him before you're live.
Oh, okay. What was he watching?
No,
Oh, she.
Terry Phillips. She was watching you
The new-
before she came on here.
Oh, okay, yeah, I published a new video today.
Right.
From Italy. Not magnet fishing, sorry, Nigel, but, it's still treasure hunting.
Well, that's your thing. You're not just a magnet fisher. You're a all under the water explorer and a bit of metal detecting as well.
Love it all. Any type of treasure hunting, I'm in for it.
Yes, we was out with a friend of yours last Sunday.
You were out with a friend of mine?
Yeah, Cy Fines.
Oh, okay, yeah. What were you up to?
Magnet fishing
or mudlarking?
No, he
fishing.
came and met us in London, and we spent the day with him. What a great bloke.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy, Simon, isn't he?
He is, yeah. And everyone says he's a lot taller than he looks. I said, it's because he's always on his knees usually. You don't get to see how tall he is.
Yeah, I laughed because I thought the same thing. I was like, bloody hell, he's big in real life, isn't he?
But I believe we are going to have a mudlark with him, something that I've never done before. So I think we are going to have a go.
Oh, mate, you're going to love it. It's so much fun. It's crazy. You just get down there, you just see all this. There's so much stuff in the ground to look at. And then I bumped into this other couple that were down there looking for these tiny garnets. I was like, what are you guys doing? They're on their hands and their knees looking down. And they're like, we're finding garnets. I'm like, what? And then, sure enough, you get your eye in. And you start seeing it everywhere. It's really cool.
So have you done much of that then, mudlarking? Have you done a lot of it in London? Because
I do. I like to do it every time I come to England. I like to give it a go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had a mudlark license for 3 years. That's just expired, so I've got to get I just got another one, so I'm good for another 3 years.
There we go. Such a keen treasure hunter, you see. You don't come to the UK a lot, but ready to dive in there when you get here.
Yeah. And actually, Sci-Fine's had his metal detector, so we ticked all bases there.
Right, okay. I did lose you for a second there, so I have missed about the last 15 seconds of what you said. It just froze for some reason. And now they're
Oh,
saying,
really? Okay, we might have a bit of a lag on the internet. No, I was just saying with sci-fines, we had the metal detectors, we had the magnets, and we went mudlarking. So we covered all forms of treasure hunting in one session.
yep. So you got a lot of nails on the
Yeah.
magnet then.
Yeah, it was just totally full. Like the banks, we just dragged the magnet on the bottom,
Yeah.
like just on the dry, and it just covers the magnet in seconds, like completely.
That's the one thing the Thames is famous for, lots of nails.
Yeah, you could actually make a lot of money doing that. Just go down there for a day and drag your magnet and just fill up a truckload of rusty nails. I reckon it wouldn't take you too many hours.
No, that's it. Right, let's just make sure we're back because someone said that we both disappeared then. So can you see us now? There we go. Wait for the comments. It's a bit of a delay, but yeah, they said we both went. So that's probably my internet. Apparently everyone's saying it's happening all over the place at the moment. The internet's not good.
Oh, no, that's no good. My internet's usually pretty good here. So can I see the chat or
You can. You have to look on YouTube to see the chat.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, right, okay. Well, they're still commenting, so I think, we're still live.
So we're still here.
Yeah,
then.
we're
That's
still
good.
here.
I can see you, mate.
Yep, that's
Nice.
it. Yeah, we'll just have a chat and we'll just ignore them.
Yeah.
So, what's your plans then? Where are you off to next? Are you staying in Amsterdam for a bit, or are you moving around?
I just actually got back from Croatia. I had a call from my mate Ed from Detected over in Australia. Him and Caitlin, they hired a boat over in Croatia.
Yeah.
So I had Corona for 3 weeks, so I couldn't go. And then halfway through their trip, they went for 2 weeks. I said, I'm actually feeling better. Said to Nikki, should we just go? Anyway, so I was like, okay, I'm going. It was actually Adam Staples. I was on the phone. He goes, get down there. And so I went down there and 15 and a half hours straight driving. My eyes were red raw.
Yeah.
Got down there and he had a boat and we were just sailing. The weather was amazing. Crystal clear water. Oh my gosh, it was worth it. So that was the recent trip. And that's how I don't really like to plan anything. So who knows where I'll go.
Whatever
next.
opportunity comes up, you want to be ready to go, don't you? Just in case
Yeah,
something crops up.
Yeah, I just like to keep it loose like that. And, I get a lot of messages at the last minute, hey, do you want to go there? Or I should be doing this? Or some stuff that's like, did you know that was on? I've got no idea. So I just, like to keep it loose like that. And me and Nikki, we travel around in our camper van. We've got our camper van, so we're just cruising around and, doing lots of stuff. We love to come to the UK as well.
Yeah.
So we've done 2 years at the CoLab, which we love. So much fun. CoLab. So yeah, that's always fun to catch up with English magnet fishers and you guys over there. It was a blast this year.
Yep. Yeah.
And all for a good cause, huh?
It was a good day, yes. It seems to keep getting bigger and bigger.
Mate, I tell you, how much did you raise this year?
£6,500, I think.
Amazing. Huh? And how much was the year before? It was like £2,000?
No, £5,000 the year before.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the year
Okay, I was
before,
like,
I did one on my own, and I think it was about £1,100.
right.
So, but it's hard work trying to do something like that on your own. It really
Yeah,
is.
man, it's a lot goes into that. You guys put on an awesome event, and just to have a spot where everyone could go magnet fishing.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys do that. And then everyone could park the cars. You guys, nailed
That's
it.
the biggest thing. The location is the problem because obviously when you do something like that, you're going to take over a pub. So you've got to try and get a balance because you don't want to affect their daily business because companies suffer enough as it is at the moment. And the last thing they want is for just us to be there and lose all their customers. So, it's trying to get that balance.
We're pretty good customers, though.
Yeah, I must admit, people do like to have a drink.
I think there's no better customers than us, really. You know what I mean? That's good, yeah.
But once you've got your location, it's all good. Everything else sort of falls into place. And, we had so many donations this year, so many people getting involved, doing things to help us and that. And it's good to see the community working together.
Yeah, it's good to, you can really get that sense of community when you're out magnet fishing with you lot over there. Everyone's handing out their stickers and it's good to have a chat and telling stories and just like all those auctions that you did, everyone's bidding, then people bought a lot of things to donate. It was just such a good vibe.
It is nice. I mean, and a couple of weeks after the club, we had the lady on here from Young Lives versus Cancer, and she explained where the money goes, which was really nice, to actually hear what they do with it. And it's not just for the kids. It's for the families. You know, if a child has to go to a special hospital, then the parents can't afford to be put up in a hotel, so the money can be used for them as well. You see, and it's good to hear what actually happens to the money.
Yeah, no, it's you're killing it. It's a great event, great cause,
Yeah.
and I love going over there for stuff. I hope to be there.
Yep. We'll just try and get it a bit bigger next year.
Yeah, just a bit.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to, mate? What's been going on over in the UK?
Well, you know, the usual stuff. Standing out in the cold and the rain, but
I hear you're
eh?
I hear you're making new magnets.
Yeah, well, we thought we'd have a go. I like to do things different, you know. There's no point in being the same as anyone else. And your mate, I can never remember his name, who came over to the club.
John.
John, that's it, John. Well, he had that big.
Or Adam. Oh, okay, John. Yeah.
Yeah, he had that big lump of metal with a barbarian strapped to the end of it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Because he wanted weight. So we wanted weight, but we didn't want a lump of metal. We thought, let's strap a couple of magnets together. So we got the two biggest magnets that they make over here from Online Magnets, and Aaron nearly lost a finger putting them together.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pulling them apart that's hard work.
Yeah, I don't think we need to worry about that for the moment, but it comes in about 7 kilos,
No,
so
they never come apart.
it sinks. It does what it needs to do, but throwing it, Aaron managed about 4 or 5 hours with it, and he said, no more. I can't throw that anymore.
Yeah.
He's trying to throw it 20 metres, you know, but he's a big lad.
That's a solid
So,
session, man. Yeah.
but it works. So it's good to be different.
Yeah, that's good. It's always good to come up with new techniques and new ways to when you come across new spots like that, when it's deep in the mud and you know there's stuff under the bottom of it, you're just trying to get to it and you're like, I need something heavy to cut through. So
Well, exactly.
good on you.
Exactly. The Cooper's bomb that I got, that was deep in the sill. We'd worked that area for 5 hours, just kept going at the same spot over and over again. And then that blooming great thing comes up, and when that poked out of the water, it was like, whoa, you know, because you don't know whether it's live. And it's just, that's what I say to people, don't keep moving. Some people just keep moving every 5 minutes. You need to work an area, you know that. You've got to keep working at the same area, haven't you?
I can't sit still though. You know, I'm like that kid who goes fishing with his dad. He throws it in. And, I got my baits off. No, I come back. I move it around a bit. But yeah, I know what you mean. If I want to get something old, I've got to stay there. And I do enjoy, you know, that too. But you know, I'm always all over the place. You know, at the same time.
I just watched one of your recent videos, the one where you find that it's like scabbard.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about that then?
Well, it's from the early 1500s. They're super rare. Like, there's hardly any ever been found in that condition because it's made of wood.
Yeah.
And the mud preserves the wood. So I've actually got it frozen. Took it to the archaeology restorers, and they freeze dry it, which sucks all the moisture out of the wood.
Yeah.
So that way it doesn't corrode or anything like that, and that's it. It's preserved now, so it's just incredible. That's got some old nails because we've been there a couple of times, and one time Richard, who I was with, got this knife that is just incredible. It's got the like peacocks engraved in the handle, and it's all coppered, and he cleaned it up. It looks amazing. So I've got some really cool finds there.
Yeah.
This one was like, what?
Yeah, I could definitely see the excitement on your face as you were sort of running around with it.
Yeah. I actually got it in the cupboard. Yeah.
But it's not, like you say, because it's wood, it's not the sort of thing you expect to find.
Yeah, but it's got metal on it, but it's not even magnetic metal.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was a lucky shot getting that then.
Yeah, that's...
And we've lost him again.
Connecting, let's see. Reconnect. Sorry, you dropped out there, Nige.
I know, yeah. I think my internet went dodgy then, so... But... Oh, there we go. Yeah, you're coming clear again. It's really flaky. I don't know what's going on. But, yeah, so is that the oldest thing you found then?
It would... Yeah, I found a few things around that time. So I think around the 1500s is the oldest things I've found. Like, I found a couple of knives like that. And, yeah, really, really cool stuff. But, yeah, that's definitely... Yeah... I've never found anything older than that. Nothing, you know, like super old, like,
Yeah.
you know, Romans or anything
Yeah,
like that
that's
yet.
But bear with me, I'm going to get my power lead. I forgot to plug my laptop in. I'm going flat. You know.
I've got to plug it in. It's going flat.
I plugged it in over there. I just didn't plug it into the laptop.
Here I am, all organised, you know.
He wasn't on the test run. Don't believe him.
Yeah.
So Christmas, heading home or staying in Amsterdam?
Christmas, I'll be. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be in Amsterdam.
You are.
I'll be here for Christmas and New Year's, and then probably heading down under for January for a bit of, you know, the warm weather. I don't like the cold, Nigel.
That's it. I must admit, when you go in the water, you do go to some nice areas with a nice bit of sunshine, don't you?
Yeah, well, that's what I like. But, you know, here in Amsterdam, we go in the canals here and they're stinky and muddy and not so clean at all. But I do like it way better when I'm in some crystal clear water.
Yeah.
Like when we were in Croatia recently, it was like just a dream. Just looking across in the blue water. Oh my gosh. I did today in Italy. I was there with Nikki and it was just the most clear water you've ever seen. So, yeah, that's my favourite.
It's a constant holiday for you, isn't it?
It's non-stop.
Right, let's have a look at some of these comments because they'll probably think we're just having a chat and ignoring them all, and they've been flying by. So let's have a look then.
Okay, well, let's have it. You have to read them because I don't know I can't see the comments.
I think they're all having a chat amongst themselves. Actually, I can't actually see any direct questions. But anyway, thank you everybody for joining. That is crazy. There's something going on, but I'm going to have to go back and read that. But anyone got any questions? Love the scabbard. Bet it was awesome finding that. There we go. So I'm getting there. Hi Jude. Trying to remember who I've said hello to because so many on here. It's trying to remember. Such an awesome find. They're all liking the scabbard, definitely.
Yeah, that was a dream find. That was. G'day everyone. G'day.
But things like that are different because, like you say, not everybody's finding them. Guns, explosives, yeah, everybody likes to find them, but they're samey, aren't they? You know, to get something like that is totally different, and that's what makes it interesting.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know. With magnet fish, you never know what you're going to find. I get excited about, you know, some old square nails. I love the old square nails. I don't know why, but yeah, like that. Those type of historical artifacts or everyday items, you really, I don't know, feel like pretty lucky to get one of those. But I like finding anything. Yeah. Guns, bikes, scooters. I don't mind. Like it's just fun because you never know what you're going to pull out. And it could be something awesome, or it could be, you know, something you found a million times. But it's the mystery. It's like it's kind of addictive, I find it.
People are saying you need to make your videos.
And it's just good to clean it up.
Right, okay.
What's that?
People are saying you need to make your videos longer.
Longer?
Yeah.
Okay. Rightio.
Walking Trek Adventure from Italy. Good evening. Let's have a look. Have you tried Jersey or Guernsey yet?
No, I've never been there. That's in the Channel Islands, right?
It is, yeah.
Channel Islands.
Well, there we go. You've beat him. There's somewhere he hasn't been in the world. So I'm assuming you've done most of Europe now.
Most of Europe. Oh, gosh. Well, I've done a lot of it. I've done a lot, but there's still a lot more to do. I haven't nowhere near done everywhere. So I was thinking maybe this summer it'd be cool to go up north, like, you know, Denmark or Norway.
Yeah.
Somewhere like there.
Have you been to any areas where you've been told you can't do it? Have you been, you know, because in Europe, people say you can't do France, but I believe you've done France. Have you done France?
Yeah, I've done France. It was fine. I went with a group there who had permissions.
Right.
To go, so I was with them, and so that was all fine. But yeah, it is a bit nerve-wracking. Like I go to a lot of countries, and you're like, oh, I don't know, you know what you do. It kind of make you feel like a criminal sometimes, which I don't like because, you know, obviously we're cleaning up and it's a good hobby, and Yeah, I just see magnet fishing as a really good hobby that
Yeah.
anyone can get into, and so long as you're not doing it in a dangerous area where there's lots of bombs like that, I understand where you can get into trouble. But for the most part, I think it's great, and I hear messages from everyone all over Europe doing magnet fishing. So it is hard to keep up with the laws like metal detecting, magnet
Yeah.
fishing, and stuff like that. So. But usually you see the police and they give you a wave and everything's fine.
Yeah.
So
No,
I
that's
haven't had
good.
any trouble yet. Knock on wood.
They want to know what's your best find. Let's ignore the new one because obviously that's way up there now. Before that, what would you say
Yeah.
your most prized find before that?
Magnet fishing. I've got this really cool old knife handle, and it's got inlaid glass in there, and it's also from around the early 1600s.
Right. Okay. And where was that from?
That's from a similar spot where that one was
Right.
found,
Okay.
an old canal. Yeah. So lucky with that one. So a couple old knife blades. I've found a cannonball. You get lots of like old. They're called boat hooks. Do you
Right,
get them over there?
Yeah.
Boat hooks, things like that. I'm just looking at my finds cabinet to trigger some memories. I've got an axe head that's about 400 years old as well. Really good shape as well because it was protected in the mud.
Didn't Nikki
And,
show you up
yeah.
on one? Didn't she show you up at the metal detecting one?
Yeah, she certainly did. Oh my god! The first time I went metal detecting in the UK, I was with a group, the Hyndburn Ribble Valley, up north there near Manchester. John Ferguson, and I went out with the group and on a Saturday dig, and this guy dug up a bronze spearhead and my axe head. Sorry. My eyes just bugged out because I'm from Australia. I saw that and they said, it's 3000 BC or whatever. I'm like, what are you talking about? I couldn't believe it. And from then, it was like on the top of the bucket list to find one of that. So we went out with Nikki and we're looking at each other. We're going, we're not getting anything here. Nikki gets a signal, so I come over there and I thought we'd dig it together, it'd be nice. And then my jaw drops when I see it, and Nikki's like, "What?" And we dig it up. It was just incredible. It was incredible. I was like, "We've got to get the camera out. This is awesome." So I actually haven't published that, but I have to publish it. It was super cool. So yeah, awesome lister. She definitely showed me up with that one.
So it's still on your bucket list then?
Yeah, I'm happy to check that one off my bucket list. I helped dig it up this time at least.
Oh well, you're entitled to it then.
Yeah.
Right, another question for you. When you're not in England and you find guns, do you still have to tell the police?
When I'm, tell her I don't want to keep a gun. I've got one like older, like non-working, like 1800s style gun. That you're allowed to keep over here, but I don't want any guns anyway. So yeah, I'm happy to hand them to the police, and you never know, you might solve a crime or something like that.
Yes, I saw that one because that video's done really well where you found them others.
I'm more happy.
You found
Which one?
You found the modified one, didn't you?
Oh, the police gun.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, police gun. It still had a bullet in. Yeah, it still had a bullet in there as well, because the police officer came and he said, "Yeah, that's probably modified," and he cracked it open and he showed us. They're really nice, the police over here. They work with the magnet fishers, and we obviously find stuff and hand it over and help as much as we can to help them do their job. And they're really casual, really cool, and always interested to see what you find and talk you through what you found if you don't know, if you got any questions. So it's really good like that. But yeah, I hand all the guns over.
Have they asked you to help them before?
Not directly, no.
No. Well, you see, you get that. I know somebody in America did. The police actually asked them. They needed them to try and help them retrieve something. And I just wondered whether you'd ever been in that position.
No. I mean, I'm not really. My Dutch isn't so good.
Yeah.
I'm probably not the first port of call for that type of.
There we go. Look, hi Nigel and Lee. Great to see the two people who got me into magnet fishing.
There you go. Who's that's name?
Trevor. Trevor Lovell.
Trevor. G'day, Trevor, mate. Sorry about that.
What about Sweden? Have you done Sweden?
No, but I would like to go there. Yeah, so I was thinking maybe this summer I could go up
Because
there.
Emma, who's on here, she's always supported all us. She's in Sweden,
Right.
so you never know.
And
You might bump into her.
Yeah, Emma, sounds good. Let me know how the magnet fishing is going in Sweden, because I think it'd be. I just love going to new spots, and you just throw a magnet. And you know, it might be something that she will find that's really common for her, but I'll find it and be the first time. So that's an exciting part about, traveling and going to see these new spots.
Well, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Right, okay.
Yeah.
Where's the best place you've fished? There we go.
Oh gosh, where's the best place I fished? I went, when I magnet fished, I started over here in Amsterdam, and I always thought, I would love to go in front of like the Sydney Opera House in Australia. And when I went there last summer, I thought, oh, this is a dream. And it just looked absolutely magical. And I thought, I could find something really old here, like something from the first fleet of the convicts that got sailed over. I was right in that area. So I was pretty excited about wherever I go, but that was a beautiful day and a special spot. And I didn't find anything convict, but I did find a bike, so it was pretty good.
But you do get excited. I mean, at the club, you was running up and down the towpath. You were. Your energy's fantastic. You know what I mean? It's all that them motorbikes smell, and you're rushing around and rallying everyone up, saying, "Come on, we've got to get this out." You sort of took over.
Yeah, no, it's just a good vibe there, like I was saying. So it's good to see so many magnet fishers, and it gives me a lot of energy. And I've probably got too much energy most of the times, but yeah, we found some cool stuff there. So I was pretty excited. When we got a motorbike, I thought finally we got a motorbike, and we got like 200 guys that could help lift it out. This is going to be, this is great. We're not leaving this thing in the canal.
Oh dear.
Yeah, because when I was in France, we had a motorbike there, and we had to lift it up like 10 feet over the wall, and I was getting strangers. Obviously, they don't speak English, and I don't speak French, so I'm like, come on, we're gonna lift this out, and you're gonna get covered in mud. But yeah, so I loved it over there. It was nice and easy.
Come to Norway. There's another one.
Norway, Sweden, Denmark. I'm on my way. It's going to happen. I'd love to see what they're finding up there.
Walking Trek Adventure. Bondi is my myth for magnet fishing, which I met through Dennis of Magnetar.
Dennis. Is that Dennis?
No, which I met through Dennis of Magnetar. It says Bondi is my myth for magnet fishing. So
you what?
That's what it says.
What, read it again.
Right.
What does it say? Dennis
Bondi is my myth for magnet fishing, which I met through Dennis of Magnetar.
Myth. Myth. I've been called a lot of things, Nigel, but never a myth.
Oh dear.
I wonder what he means there.
Yeah, they're saying about Birmingham, the water's black and it stinks. I can't believe that. Always nice in Birmingham, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good for snorkeling too.
Be good for snorting what's in that water. It's terrible. I mean, some of the areas we've been to, we went to a pond, Nicola, little Nicola, the short one, about 3'6", hangs around with us, that one, yeah. She got asked to clean a pond for the council. Honestly, the first throw when it came, it was like rotten eggs. People were getting out their cars 100 metres away from the pond, and they knew they were in the right place. They couldn't see the pond, but they knew they were in the right place. It was like treacle.
It's disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah. And afterwards, the guy from the council was down there, and he's talking to me, and I said, what are you doing with this? He said, we've got to get it all cleaned out, and then we're going to pump a load of chemicals in it, because there was a sewage spillage in it years ago. Thanks.
Yeah, nice one.
Forgot to mention that bit.
You told us that before. Yeah. You've been magnet fishing in a septic tank then, basically.
Basically, yeah. I mean, I believe what.
Did you find anything?
No. Well, everyone
no?
kept saying it's a really bad area. You'll get loads out there. Terrible place. I mean, we probably pulled about a ton out, but it was just general rubbish. There was nothing that was interesting. You know, I think I got a gearbox out of the car and some barrels and things like that. But at the end of the day, it was clearing it up. There was litter pickers there going around the woods, picking all the rubbish up, and it was just, we did what we needed to do, you know, clear up.
Yeah.
And what we got out was obviously better than nothing.
That's it. And you ticked another spot off the checklist.
Yeah, that's 2 ponds we've done in that area for the council, and both of them have been blooming rubbish. Last time we was filming for BBC Television, and because we had private permission, because they won't go to a canal because we don't have permission from the Canal River Trust, get permission at this pond. Yeah, that was rubbish as well. So, I mean,
no.
but that's the way it goes, isn't it? Because I know when we left that smelly pond, we went down to a canal, and I pulled out a nice gun. So, you know, it wasn't a bad day. The day wasn't wasted.
Yeah, sometimes it just takes one find, you know, you're not getting much, and then bam, it's like, what? You know? Turns it all around.
That's it, yeah. The guy that said the myth said the Italian-English translator has gone mad. That's why we're struggling.
Okay.
So you still don't know what he called you?
No, something mythical in Italian.
Better out than in. It is, and Terry on here, she's done some cracking hot dogs and bacon sandwiches while we're standing next to the pond that really smelt. But we had a good breakfast. See, Terry always comes and always does us breakfast. Nick
Terry's going to have to come with me next time.
Yeah, bacon butties, coffee, tea. She even bought Aaron beer. I mean, what more could you want?
Oh my God, you guys are spoiled over there. I had no idea.
What's the weirdest thing you caught with a magnet that you haven't shown on your channel? Oh, they want sneak previews now.
Yeah, you know, just picture magnet fishing in the red light district in Amsterdam, and some of the things you might find that, you know, you couldn't show on a YouTube video, and then you're probably going down the right, you know, path there.
I think that sort of sums it up, really. I don't think you need to say any more. If you can't get that in your imagination, you don't get out much. That's all I can say.
We do find some spells every now and then. Do you find them over there as well?
We find a lot of prayer book, like little prayer books and that. We don't really find spells. I have found some lemons with nails through them. Apparently they're sort of witchcraft. They got all lemons. I had a banana with a knife all the way through it, long ways.
Right.
Yeah. But offerings, we get lots of little prayer books, and we do sometimes find these jars, and they've got like cooking oil and that in them, and you open it up and it's all like this white mushy stuff that you
and it stinks.
Yeah. Like goose fat and cooking oil. There's some unusual things you find in the water.
Yeah, we found a spell jar like that when Dennis started dry reaching. When we opened it, the smell was just horrendous. It had egg in there and lemon, like you say, and it was just it was me. Was it Dennis and Ramon, and we opened that up and we were all just like, oh my God.
I remember finding a food can came out with no label on it, and your brain just says you need to know what's in that can. So I thought I'll beat it with my grappling hook and hit it a few times, won't go through, so I'll give it a good spat, and it went straight in my face.
I could see that coming as soon as you just said I'm going to hit it with my grappling hook.
It was cherries, and they were still in date. It was quite nice in the take, because I think my mouth must have been open because it went straight in my mouth. I thought, that's cherries. It was all right, actually, but
that's actually pretty funny. Speaking of sci-fines, we went bottle hunting at a dump, and we found this bottle of lemonade this is all from 50 years ago, or whatever, older. And anyway, we opened it up. It had a little bit in the bottom, so we each decided to have a swig.
Did it taste of
We're
lemonade?
both still alive. Yeah, lemonade, 50-year-old or at least. You have to ask Si how old that dump spot is, but yeah, it was very, very sour, very lemony.
Oh dear. Right, okay, we've got a proper translation there. I meant he's my favourite fisherman who I met through Dennis from Magnetar. There we go.
Ah, okay. The myth is solved there. Okay, well, thanks very much. That's nice. Yeah, I think that would be Dennis, who I go magnet fishing with over here for a few years now. Dennis and Ramon is the guys. But yeah, it's good to hear from Italians out there.
Yep.
As well.
Right, hang on a minute. So some people saying, well, there should be a lot of stuff. We did buy that factory, and we found nothing in there. Let's have a look.
You're getting some hot
Terry,
tips, are you?
Terry cooks a sandwich. She goes, I'm a feeder, I'm afraid. Nothing wrong with having a feeder.
We like it, yeah.
Marie with her wiggly wigglies, or wibbly wobblies. Anything that wiggles and wobbles, yeah. Right, what's the most valuable thing you've found?
Valuable. My gosh. Like I found, more modern stuff would be more valuable, I think. Like, Apple Watches, GoPros, cameras, iPhones, stuff like that. Like even I found AirPods and they still work.
Right. Well, your BMW motorbike must have been worth a few quid for it went in there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was worth quite a bit. That was a beast, man. That was so cool. It was like I always call it like Pirates of the Caribbean. I made Ramon take that home.
So did he leave it as it stood? Is it just been left?
What happened was we pulled it out with the police crane and then it got left there, and then I said, Ramon, we can't leave it there, man. You've got to take that back, because Ramon makes artworks, metal sculptures, artwork out of the stuff he finds, like some metal that he finds magnet fishing. And I thought, this is his, piece de resistance. He can make a giant sculpture riding a motorbike. I thought it'd be so cool. So I convinced him to go there and pick it up.
Yeah.
And he took it back to his workshop. And it stank so much he almost got kicked out of the workshop because of all the, the smell starts kicking in after all the muscles and that fly on it. But unfortunately, he had to donate it to another business.
That didn't mind the smell.
Yeah, that was a cool find though.
Well, it is. I mean, motorbikes, they're hard work, aren't they? I mean, we've had quite a few out. In London, we found a stretch, and I think we had 12 out. And
are you serious?
But we weren't the only ones. We've done that area. I think I've probably done it 4 times.
Serious.
Why is Siri talking here? Oh my god, I just said, are you serious? And Siri has popped up on my computer. Go away, Siri. How do I get rid of this?
But we didn't.
How do I turn this on?
Yeah, we did about 12 motorbikes over 2 weekends, and other people have gone and done that. Short stretch, probably 150 metres long. I would say 15 to 20 tonnes has come out of it.
How's your back, mate?
Well, it's been better, but in London you can always get the public helping you. They always want to join in and help. I've got a video of a safe we were trying to get out, and it was a big safe, and it kept going up, and then we kept dropping it. And the whole bridge was covered in people all shouting, "Come on, get it out!" And my mate turned around and he says, "If you think you're so good, you get down here and do it." So he comes down, we give him some gloves, and when we got it out, the standing ovation we had from everybody. They were clapping and screaming and everything. And they're like, "What's in it?" "Nothing, it's empty."
But bit of a letdown, but no, it's good. Everyone's so curious, like when you're pulling something up, or especially a safe, everyone's going to stick around and wait till you see. But they can be so hard, those safes, like really full of mud, full of water, and not that magnetic.
No,
so they're a tough one.
We had one out in Manchester that we could actually get inside. It was like 5 foot tall. It took 9 of us about 2 hours to get it out.
Well, I'm so impressed you got that out.
Yeah, we weren't actually going to, because we thought it's never going to happen, but someone got the magnet stuck in it, so we had no choice. Because you can't leave a magnet behind, can you?
I like that. No, you can't.
So
one time I hired a crane to pull a safe out.
This was in a lock, and there was all houses built around it, so I assume it went in there before they built the houses.
Yes.
But we got it up, and literally the water was about 12 foot down. So, because when the water's helping you lift it, they're so much lighter. So we had to run it all the way up to the top. We had like 15-foot scaffold poles up on the lock gate, pulling them down. A guy who was with us done a pitch, and like the Americans when they put that flag on the hill, don't they? They're all up there. Yeah. Well, he sort of put us next to that with all us people standing up with poles and everything trying to get it. But it was on my video, because when it came out and we actually rolled over, it nearly had me foot as it was rolling.
Ooh.
So, but we got it, and then the scrapman said, "You're going to help me load it." So we had to get it across the grass area and then into a flatbed truck.
Right.
I think we used the scaffold poles as ramps, so we put them up his truck and we had to run it up there. But we got it. So
nice one.
it's one of those things that we shouldn't really have done it, you know, because it
No.
was too big to lift
But
out.
yeah, you can't leave a safe.
And-
You can't leave a safe or a magnet.
You can't. No, we knew it was empty as well because it had no door on it. But it was the principal thing, you know, and a magnet
Yeah.
got stuck on it, so it just had to be done.
I
Didn't
like it. Yeah. That's the attitude you got to have. No, you can't leave it behind. But I can tell you when we were trying to get our safe out, a big one. We had the car with rope around it. I was diving in there tying rope around it, and then we tied it to the car, and the car drove off, and the rope broke, and I think we were there for 2 days trying to get it out. And so then I ended up hiring a crane, and he came and went bam within 30 seconds.
Yep.
There's your safe. So that's a good tip.
Horror crane is just if you can get it near the water. That's the other thing.
We were lucky it was right near the water.
See, I've got a bridge I'm dying to do. It's on the edge of the town centre, but it's too high. The actual walls of it is about 5 foot. Now, you can't get down to the sides of it either. And we've been trying to work a way out. It's either we've got to get a boat and do it,
Got to get a boat.
or, because it's, like I say, right on the edge of the town centre, an old bridge, the other thing we've come up with is a mini scaffolding platform.
Right.
You know, put a few
Next
cones
level.
out and things like that, block the footpath off, put them over the edge, put some high vises on. We'll look official, won't we?
Yeah, mate. You know, once you've got the ladder, when you've got the high vis on, you can go anywhere.
I know, it's amazing what you can get away with if you're blatantly obvious and in people's faces rather than try and sneak around, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
I like that. Get the boat, get the scaffolding.
That's it. Right, so I want to know, how do you decide on where you're going to go?
How would you decide? Well, you know, sometimes I just think, don't even think about it. Like, especially new people, they say, I want to get into magnet fishing, I don't know where to go. You know, I literally just grab your magnet, throw it in the nearest water with you, and see how you go. Give it a try, and you're gonna find something. That's the beauty of magnet fishing.
Yeah.
You're gonna find something. Doesn't matter where you go, and it's just so easy. It's not that difficult. But then, you know, you'll find more stuff, and you think, oh, okay, that's a good spot for there, or you know, people, and you'll start to think like a magnet fisher in a short amount of time. You think, okay, now I know where that stuff is, and yeah, it all just works out. But in the start, just get out, throw the magnet.
Do you have an area where you have done multiple times? Have you got the area, you know, most people have got their little honey hole that they like to keep going back to.
Yeah, the first spot I ever went magnet fishing was with my mate Hanny in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
And that's in the oldest canal in Amsterdam, and we call that the money pit, because when we went there, we found loads of coins, loads and loads and loads of coins. So I love to go back there over and over, but I go back to the same spots a lot, but I also go to new spots a lot more. So it's good to go back. Favourite spot, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I've got one bridge, which is the very first place I went, and I've probably spent 70 hours there now,
Yeah.
and it still keeps giving. It's
How
getting
good's that?
harder, you have to work at it, but obviously the heavier magnets, the bigger magnets are digging deeper into it. But,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know, it's just something about the first place you went. You know, you always want to think, well, it's going to change. Because it's a river, it's always changing anyway. I mean, the first day we went, we got a BMX and a sawn-off shotgun. So, I mean, you know, you tend to remember your first place, don't you?
Is that what you got in your first day, a BMX and a sawn-off? That's pretty
Within
cool.
20
so
minutes.
that's why you're addicted.
Yeah, within 20 minutes, that's what we got. With our cheap little
Awesome.
Amazon magnets. And, and we went back, and you could see a motorbike in there. Well, I knew the magnet
Nice.
wasn't going to get it, so I thought, we'll get a grappling hook. But the trouble is, it's like 15, 20 foot down. And we thought, we're never going to lift this because it's too heavy. So we thought, we'll get the hook. Couldn't get the hook off it. So I had to ring my mate with his Range Rover. You got any rope? Yeah. Can you bring it down? And we had to tie it to the other rope, and we had to literally tow it 25 foot across the river to get it out the other side.
That's awesome.
You know, so, but once you do something like that, you think, oh God, this is brilliant. You can't stop. And
Where
since
else can I
then,
go?
That's give a spigot mortar, a World War II spigot mortar, numerous amounts of grenades, guns, safes, jewellery, you name it, it's give it. And history, it just keeps giving.
It's the dream spot.
That's it. And to be honest with you, I didn't fish it for 18 months, 2 years, and loads of people always headed to that bridge because it's one of the easiest to get to. And I thought,
Right.
I will give it a go. That was last Christmas, and yeah, more came out again. Glenn lost his magnet when his rope snapped, but we went and recovered it. We knew it was stuck on something big. It turns out it was a blooming great safe, but the floods were quite bad then. The water level was so high. If you had like the Evolution magnet and you threw it in, it would just drag it down the river. It went. That's how
Really?
strong the current was.
Yeah.
So that was really causing a problem trying to get this safe out to get his magnet off. But we went back in about March, April time, and there it was, still stuck to it.
Yeah.
So, it had a bit of a break. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But
It's had a break. Got some rest.
yeah. And unfortunately, it was Marie that got it stuck on there, so they had a bit of a to-do, But it doesn't
Yeah.
matter because he bought another one in the meantime. They've got one each now. So, I mean, it works really well. So, back to Britain next year then. You coming back over?
Yeah, I like to go to Britain every year.
Because you
It's,
tie it in
it's
with
one
the
of my
detectoring as well, don't you, normally?
Yeah, I like to go there. I like to go there for the people, the detectoring, and the mudlarking and the magnet fishing. It's a great spot. It's awesome.
What about a bit of dumpster diving? Have you done that?
I have done that, but that was like many, many years ago. I see, any treasure hunting, I'm into it, Nigel. I'm down.
Oh dear, I'm trying to think of a treasure hunting that you haven't done yet, because you've done bottle digging, like you say, you're metal detecting, you're magnet fishing, you're diving. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've obviously done urbexing then as well.
What's that?
When you go into disused buildings, urbexing.
I've never heard of it, but yeah, I like to go like urban exploring. Okay,
Yeah.
that's sure.
So-
Okay, I'm with you now.
So there ain't much you ain't done. You need to get yourself a job. You've got too much time on your hands.
See, right, this is my job. This is hard work. I'm sweating out here. You know what I mean? Trying to go to new spots and search for new treasure.
A
And
constant holiday, work, all combined into one for something you love doing. What, it doesn't get much better than that, does it?
no, that's right. It's amazing. I'm loving it.
And Nikki, she's all up for this. She enjoys all the adventure and everything then.
Yeah, she's just as excited as I am. She likes to explore and travel and
Yeah.
adventure and see new places. Not so much, getting covered in smelly mud and stuff like that, but, when I find a gold ring underwater, she's pretty happy.
Have you not put it,
She's
on,
even
not
happier
putting it on a
if-
finger yet then?
Not yet. I've put many rings on Nikki's fingers, but not, one with a giant stone on it.
You've got to find a more expensive one before you can do that, yeah?
Yeah, I know.
A lot of people on here are saying you got them started into magnet fishing and that.
Oh, okay, well, tell everyone I'm sorry. My apologies.
So for all the partners of these people that you don't see at the weekends, it's Lee's fault. Lisa ain't mine for a change. That's made me feel a lot better, that has. There we go. We also have Roger on here now, the family that won the car. Well, you picked them the winning ticket.
Yeah, nice one, Roger. I remember that. I think it was Jessica, your daughter,
Jess,
that
yeah, that's
won
it.
it was awesome. That was so cool. Because they come up and they said, I really need a car. I hope I win. And, I think, I went up there and drew the ticket out and it was them. And I was like, oh, wow, they were just saying they wanted a car. She was like, had tears in her eyes. It was awesome.
That was proper emotion, that, and and I think you
Yeah.
picking it just made their day, because she was so happy to see you from the start. She was all excited and everything, and that's what it was.
Yeah.
A lot of people really liked seeing you there, and obviously we can't thank you enough for coming, because you also helped make the day.
I'm the same though. I'm the same. The reason I started making my magnet fishing videos and treasure hunting videos was to meet people.
Yeah.
So I'm the same. I like meeting all you guys and I love coming over. Thanks for having me. And it's, a cool event. Why wouldn't I want to be there?
Well, that's it. I suppose it's easier to meet them all in one place than travel the whole country meeting different people, isn't it?
It's a good thing because I do get a lot of messages, I would like to meet you. And so when I say I'm going to one of these events, it's a good, catch up with so many people that you see online and you speak to online, but you don't really see in person. So it's cool for that reason.
Roger said, tell Leo to see him again at the next collab.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, mate.
Right, okay. Well, it's 9 o'clock, so I don't want to keep you all night. Otherwise, she will never want you to put that ring on a finger, it's keeping you busy like this. It must be a bit of sit down and me time now, because like you say, you move around a lot. You've got a busy schedule, and like you said, you meet a lot of people, and then you've got all the editing and everything, and it is a constant thing, isn't it?
Yeah, we are always busy, and sometimes, like when we get home, we just crash. And I think I had Corona for 3 weeks. I was sick, but I was kind of like, I needed this.
Did you get caught up though? Did you get all your editing done and everything that you keep meaning to do?
Yeah, I got caught up, but at the same time, I was like, I've got to go. Editing's just one part of it. I have to go out and film. So I was like, oh my God, I got to get back out there and film, and so I can edit. And yeah, by the time through, I wasn't expected to be sick for 3 weeks. So
No.
yeah.
Well, you must be fit because you move around a lot, and it just shows you that it doesn't matter how fit you are. If you're ill, you're ill, and you can only do what you can do, and that's the thing, isn't it? And with that, you obviously anything that affects your breathing, that's not good when you want to go diving, is it?
No, it was just a bit of a shock. I don't really, I haven't been sick for quite a while, and when it was like day 3, day 4, I was like, oh man, this thing's not going away. And that was like 2 weeks. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on?
I know when I messaged him, he says I'm just sitting on the settee and I just feel rough. You know, and not a good place to be in. Ollie, love to watch you travel the world magnet fishing, metal detecting and diving. Have you ever met Michael Oliver?
Yeah, I met him at Bondi last year, actually, on the beach. Me and Nikki were in a camper van, sleeping at the beach in the car park, and Michael sent me a message, said, I need your help. Someone's lost some jewellery down there. Do you want to come? So I was like, yeah, right. So we went down there. We had a great time. We got hit by a thunderstorm. We got rained out. We got trapped on the beach. It was awesome. Yeah, he's a great guy. But I've known Nigel for years because, not Nigel, you're Nigel, Michael. Yeah, I've obviously been over here and he's been over there, but I met him years and years ago.
Well, yeah, I suppose you do get to meet a lot of people, and it's good when you've got people on here like from all over the world saying, do you know such and such? And, we're going to Australia, and then do you know such and such from there? I mean, you do move around a lot, so you do get to meet a lot of people, and obviously with your channel, you've got so many subs, I should think your messages are mad every day. I bet you get so many messages, don't you?
Yeah, get a lot of messages. It is great though. I'm lucky that I can meet different people, treasure hunters, and do different types of treasure hunting because I do love that. And I get a lot of messages, and unfortunately, sometimes you're busy and you can't get to everyone, and it just gets too much, and you get comments and things like that. But I do try my best to respond to everyone, at least at some point. Maybe not be straight away, but I'll get there.
No worries. Well, all I can do is thank you once again, Lee, for coming on. Really appreciate it. Have you got plans for the weekend? Are you out anywhere?
Yes, I am going out with some friends tomorrow, and then I'm hopefully going to squeeze in some magnet fishing at some point.
At some point, but anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining, and we'll catch up again soon. Everybody, we're back out on Sunday. Me and Aaron are going one way, the rest of the outcasts are going another way, but I'm sure they'll go live and we'll go live. Me and Aaron are trying a new area with he's a friend of his called Dean, the one that donated the car for the collab. We're going to be fishing with him because he wants to stay local, but we will catch you all on Sunday for the live stream, Wednesday for the premiere, or next Friday, who knows what's happening. Once again, thank you, Lee. Really appreciate you coming on.
No worries, mate. Thanks for having me. See everyone. Have a great weekend. Good luck out there treasure hunting.
No worries.